And my skin looking good as fuck. Look though, man, I know it's not a lot of y'all over here, so we need to get these sub counts up. Share, like, sub, send to a friend, you know what I'm saying? If you think the video was funny, shit, your friend might think it was funny. So, yo, your girlfriend. But we got serial killer. Serial killer just murdered his wife during a prison visit. What kind of shit is... I had to react to this shit when I seen the title. Nigga, how you gonna murder your wife? She coming to visit you. Right into this shit with DJ Ghost. Let's get into it, my nigga.
My high, did I read? Notorious killer just murdered his wife during prison visit. Police. Damn.
Right.
The only thing I'm thinking right here, bro, if y'all don't know, if y'all didn't know, all right, only way you get some pussy in prison is if you married, and it's called a conjugal visit. You know what I'm saying? Have your wife come out, put that thing on you, she leave. You get that shit probably once a month, twice a month, 3 times a month, all depending on where you at. This right here, bro. This.
You probably want to give it up.
You killed the pussy. And not like that. Literally, he killed the pussy. Like,
murderer, already serving life behind bars, is now accused of killing again. This time, his own wife during a conjugal visit. David Brinson.
Conjugal visit. Didn't I tell y'all niggas, man? Y'all start listening to me or no? Nah. Big Ghost in the chat? Nah. Not yet. Fuck them other reaction channels, nigga. And if I catch y'all over here, and I'll be looking too. Want to comment, y'all be over here at Ghost Gang. And then if a nigga over there, his name Casper, y'all be like, Casper Gang, I see you niggas and I'm gonna block you niggas, bro. Hey, we on hood hop over here. You fuck with me, then fuck with me. You don't go, oh, Ghost ain't upload, I'm gonna watch somebody else, bitch. Watch this. You know what I'm saying?
Bring our ass right back over here.
Big Ghost.
Sentenced for the brutal murders of 4 people, was the last person to see his wife alive. At first, authorities believed she died of natural causes, but the autopsy tells a different story.
So he strangled her.
She was strangled. Now.
So he strangled her. My mama, rest in peace. We know we don't pre-watch no videos, bro. Oh, y'all couldn't find no cause? It looked like natural death, so we strangled her. Goes, you be pre-watching? No, we don't. We just we did enough. We do this shit too much. We know life. You know what I'm saying? We know life. Shit, wow, bro.
Her family is demanding answers.
Shit, wow,
like,
bro.
How could this happen inside of a prison? And was there a deadly plan all along? I'll walk you through the details. For Law and Crime News, I'm Kennedy Walker.
What details?
This woman, Stephanie Brinson, known as Stephanie Dowells, was found dead inside a California prison in November of 2024. She is now at the center of a homicide investigation because authorities say she was strangled. Her husband, a convicted mass murderer, already serving life behind bars. David Brinson is serving 4 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole for the execution-style murders of 4 men during a 1990 robbery in Los Angeles. He was convicted in 1994 and just narrowly missed the death penalty. Now, according to the LA Times, here's what happened. Brinson reportedly believed one of his victims, Robert Marks, was a high-level cocaine dealer. He stormed into Marks's home demanding drugs and money. But after ransacking the place and finding almost nothing, Brinson made a decision that would change the rest of his life and end someone else's. Prosecutors say he forced Marks and 3 other men to lie face down on the floor and then shot each of them in the back of the head, execution style. His victim.
How in the hell did you execute 4 people and not get the death penalty? What the fuck is California on? If this was Texas, bro, your ass getting a death penalty for breathing wrong. No lie, my nigga. You execute 4 people over drugs and you don't get the death penalty, bro? And you got a woman that love you enough still to come up there and see your ass and you kill her too? and they still don't give you the death penalty, nigga. Ghost for president. Y'all be voting for the wrong nigga, bro. Ghost for president.
That nigga gone. You gotta go now.
He don't want to be here, so just let him not be here.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Victims included 59-year-old Robert Marks, his roommate, 28-year-old Gene McCullers, and 2 visitors, Celadino Ligtas, who was 33, and William Terry, who was 27 years old. Despite his violent past, Brinson was still allowed visitors. According to the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation website, some inmates are eligible for family visits, which is defined as visits that occur in private apartment-like facilities on prison grounds and last approximately 30 to 40 hours. On November 13th, 2024, Brinson and his wife were in the middle of a conjugal visit. Just after 2 a.m.
How I know, nigga? That's how my daddy was fucking my mama. Fuck you mean? That's how I know. And plus a couple other niggas, but yeah, my mama was on them conjugal visits, bro, before she left that nigga. You go up in there, bro, they give you 24 to 48 hours to do your thing and you leave. Come back probably in like 3 weeks. You don't do it every week. You got to get, you know what I'm saying, permission to do that shit. As long as you a modern whatever inmate, then yeah, you can get your conjugal visits, bro. Have your kids come up there, spend a day with your kids, spend a day with your wife, your mom, and all that type of shit. That's facts.
Prison officials say Brinson used the family unit phone to call for help, claiming his wife had passed out. Officers attempted to resuscitate her, but it was too late. Stephanie Dowels was pronounced dead at 2:51 a.m. At first, her death was believed to be from natural causes. Now, 4 months later, the Amador County coroner confirmed Stephanie was strangled. What's unclear is how long she had been at the prison and when exactly she arrived. Stephanie, known as Stevie, was 62 years old. Her family told KCRA she was a hairstylist and a small business owner. Her mother, Ovetta Wilson, called her, quote, the glue that held the family together. She was a mother of 2 and a grandmother of 6. Her family, devastated by her death, is now demanding answers from the prison. Like, how did this happen? And how are people with multiple murder convictions allowed to have conjugal visits? According to the CDCR, while...
Because they're still human. They're still people. They made a mistake. Motherfucker, this ain't no mistake. He shot 4 people in the back of the head over some drugs, bro. I don't know why America's so soft, my nigga. They so soft, bro. And it's gonna forever be like this. I'm telling y'all now. We not gonna see it. Our kids not gonna see it. Our kids. This shit ain't gonna change, bro. This shit ain't gonna change. We live in a country to where drug dealers get life and rapers get probation. Where drug dealers get life and molesters get probation. This shit ain't gonna change, squad. This nigga killed 4 people. He shouldn't have no reason. No way in hell. No kind of, you shouldn't be able to get pussy the rest of your life, nigga. That's one of the best thing the best thing a nigga can have is money, his kids, and pussy, bro. You gotta take away all 3 of those. You do some shit like that, you gotta take away all 3 of those. Plus it's freedom. Only thing you can do the rest of your life is eat, my boy. Anything else, sunlight, exercise, laughter, reading. They be giving these niggas books, bro. Niggas got TVs, niggas got phone, squad. Niggas got, man, Ghost for president, nigga. My daddy would be mad at me. This nigga still locked up for a double murder. Guess what, bro? We don't play no favors. Hey, OG Ghost in here. Yup, that nigga in the hole too. Fuck it. The fuck, nigga, you gets nothing. You gets nothing. You gets nothing, bro. Niggas still be having rights and shit.
Certain inmates, like those on death row or convicted of sex offenses, are banned from these types of visits. Multiple murder convictions are not listed as a restriction. Regarding security for family visits, an officer tasked with monitoring a visit can check in unannounced, but every effort shall be made to ensure the privacy of the inmate and their visitors, according to the CDCR manual. As of now, no charges have been filed, and officials say the case remains under investigation. The Amador County Sheriff's Office confirmed to the Los Angeles Times that Brinson is officially suspected of killing his wife. If convicted, this would be Brinson's 5th murder charge. And joining me now is prison consultant Justin Paperny. Justin, it's great to have you, and we want to get your perspective. First, how strict is security during conjugal visits or family visits, and are inmates ever left complete?
They're not strict. They just make sure when you go in that bitch, they search you and make sure you ain't going there with no drugs, no gun, no weapons, and no drugs, bro. Other than that, go up in there and fuck all night, because we know that's what y'all finna do anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It ain't that strict. They don't got nobody in there with you and shit
with
like
their
that,
visitors.
bro.
Well, during the regular visitation in prison, there's always going to be guards inside of that room watching. There can be some embracing at the beginning and end of a visit. Sometimes prisoners get frisky. They'll break it down. They'll shut it down. They can end the visit for that prisoner and everyone. When there's a conjugal visit, part of it is you've earned the right through good behavior to actually have some privacy. So it's not going to be total scrutiny, but there will be some checking in. But with that comes some time alone, and allegedly some devastating things can follow, like allegedly someone getting killed.
I want to thank our sponsor, Odoo, for making news stories like this possible. Odoo is an incredible all-in-one business management software that provides you with a range of applications. One of my favorite Odoo applications is their website builder, with their later sponsoring for family visits.
Anyone who visits in a prison is going to go through a comprehensive background check. You have to get approved to visit. If you have a DUI, any arrest, everything has to be disclosed, and then the prison is going to eventually approve or not allow the visitation. So there is a comprehensive screening before anyone's allowed to go in. Also, you're supposed to know someone before you actually visit, meaning if you're in prison and you meet someone, it could get harder to get approved to visit if you didn't know them before you went to prison. There should be some connection.
What the fuck?
And how common is it for violent offenders to be granted family visits? And do you think policies around this?
You gotta know somebody.
It is pretty common, as we see here, and this person had been in prison for a very long time and apparently had built up a record that compelled prison staff to think, okay, he's worthy of this.
How the fuck can you kill 4 niggas, go to prison for killing 4 people, and then get approved for visitation on good behavior? Nigga, this behavior faked in the motherfucker, bro. You killed 4 people. Tell me, that's what I'm saying. Did they forget what happened last week or what this nigga got locked up for? This is 4 people, bro. It wasn't like the nigga accidentally crashed the car and everybody died type shit. This nigga pulled the trigger 4 times in the back of these niggas' head, bro. Come on,
these
bro.
niceties, so to speak. The problem is when something like this happens, everyone's going to be held accountable. And that's sort of like prison. Even in a minimum security camp, you don't clean the microwaves well enough, no one's going to get the microwaves for a week. So in a scenario like this, prisoners who have earned it through good behavior, who are following policy and programming and preparing to come home, they are going to pay the ultimate price for this, because of course there's going to be investigations. It's going to lead to more scrutiny, and prison is concerned about safety. So you can expect them to say, for the time being, we're going to shut down this process while we reevaluate our processes. So people who have earned it are really going to struggle. And of course, I empathize for the family who's enduring this traumatic tragedy.
Are there any security measures in place inside these family units, and how often are they checked by the prison staff?
Well, there are certainly security measures, and they're supposed to be checked every single day, repeatedly, to make sure that the prisoner has the privacy they need, but also there's checks and protocols to make sure they are supervising the prisoner. So whether it's hourly or every few hours, they're supposed to check that there's been a screening, they've watched, that everything is in order. But in an instance like this, if this person actually committed this crime, how long would it take? Just a minute or two, a few minutes? So if you're sick and you want to kill someone and you have a little semblance of privacy, you don't need much time. So that's the problem with these conjugal visits. It is different than a visitation where you are always in front of staff. If you're going to have
This the type of nigga that'll fuck it up for everybody, bro. This fool right here. The type that'll mess it up for everybody. If you ask somebody that's been locked up longer than, I'ma say 5 years. One thing they gonna say about prison, it's cool, man. Everything up in here but pussy. We just ain't got no coochie. We just ain't got no pussy, man. Everything from the weed, still got the video games, the TVs, the homies, the gambling, any kind of drugs you want, you know what I'm saying? The phones. You ain't gotta pay no rent. You ain't gotta pay no light bill. The only thing we ain't got is some pussy, bro. Anybody will tell you that has been locked up for a minute. This type of nigga right here, fuck it up for everybody, squad. To the niggas that can't come home, ever. They gonna be jack babies. Masturbating all fucking... Yeah, he mess it up for everybody, bro. And the coldest part is, I'm being real with that. It'll start with the state first. It won't come out to where all prisons across the United States banning conjugal visits. He did this shit up in California. California be like, all right, we got another murder on conjugal visits. Let's ban them all. Swear to God. He'll fuck it up for everybody, bro.
Have some privacy, and you have someone who is sick and wants to hurt. All you need is just a few moments for it to happen.
And you have some people that are asking, why do these inmates who, had to do bad things, and that's why they are in jail and prison, why are they even allowed conjugal visits? What do you say to that?
Certainly a policy question. I served time in federal prison where there were no...
Tax fraud. Nigga, tax evasion, something to do with money. What's this nigga name? We finna do some investigation, because she said this nigga name in the beginning. Where we at? 838? We at 838?
Life during a conjugal visit. David Brinson, sentenced for the brutal murders of 4 people, was the last if convicted, this would be Brinson's 5th murder charge. And joining me now is prison consultant Justin Paperny.
Spell that nigga name. Justin Paperny. Federal prison. Hold on. How you spell this nigga name? Prison. Oh shit. That this nigga go right here too. What this nigga do, bro?
45, 46.
I see some shit up here. I spelled his name wrong. Hold on. So right here it say a federal judge sentenced Justin to serve an 18-month prison sentence. But for what? Because when I click it, it don't say. Violating security laws. Oh, I thought it had something to do with money. I was finna say, nigga. What was that, 838? My nigga, how do you violate security laws? Security fraud?
Why are they even allowed conjugal visits? What do you say?
I said fraud though, right? But how you violate security? You said it is money? Oh, so we was right. Damn.
To that.
Certainly a policy question. I served time in federal prison where there were no conjugal visits, and a judge and probation officer would say to you, if you were so concerned about conjugal visits, you probably shouldn't have broken the law. That is a consequence of your conviction. This is a state issue, and some states like California could be more liberal, allow these for people. They've determined through time and policy that this is a benefit some prisoners should have. Certainly other states say no, but in the federal system, they say, absolutely no chance. In California, my home state, a little more liberal, they'll say this is a human need, and if someone's built a record that shows why they're a candidate for this closeness, which could lead to a better reintegration, connection to family, it's a benefit we're going to allow. But you can expect more scrutiny and perhaps a change in policy because of it, and a lot of upset.
He said he survived, but he was in the feds, bro. He was in the feds, bro. The feds is like going to high school in the hood and going to high school in the suburbs. That's what it's like, my nigga. That's like what the prison is. State prison or federal prison. That's exactly what it is. Beds are a little more fluffier, more single man cells, TVs. Ain't too many young niggas, so the prison ain't turned up. Mostly niggas up in there is dope dealers, nigga, big kingpins, nigga. It's real mature up in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Smoking fat blunts in the feds, nigga. The police officers not tripping. Like, the feds is way better than state prison, bro. The feds is a million times better than state prison, bro. You get arrested, you want to go to the feds, my nigga. I'm telling you. The only thing about it is you doing more time up there. It ain't no percentile like the state penitentiary. The feds don't fuck with that percentage shit. But yeah, the feds is way better, my nigga. A million times better.
Well,
based on your experience, how do inmates serving life sentences without parole behave differently from those with a chance of release?
So I would argue there's two approaches. I only served a year in prison. My partner served 26 years in prison, including 8 years in the penitentiary, where he served time with people serving life sentences. And I've heard there are two directions that people can go. One can say, I'm serving life in prison, so I don't really care what happens to me if I break the law, get into disciplinary infractions. I'm here for the remainder of my life. Others will say, yes, I'm here for the remainder of my life, but I want to educate, I want to teach, I want to mentor young prisoners who someday will leave, that there's a better path. Our program, our nonprofit, for example, we do work in every California prison. So prisoners serving life sentences will go through our work. So some will say, I want to educate and teach and give back and make sure nobody returns. Others will say, I don't care, I'm going to live my life. There are things that I want. And in some instances, continue to commit crime and allegedly, kill people, including family members.
Are there any warning signs that an inmate could become violent towards a visitor, or are there cases like this?
That's the dumbest question I heard all day. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I ain't even gonna fucking lie. Are there any signs that this nigga would become violent to somebody he love? That's coming to visit him to jail, my nigga. That he's waiting on. Nah. It's when they get up in that cell, she say, I just gotta tell you, while you been in here, I fucked somebody else. That's when she died in that conjugal visit, bro. They said, are there any signs that you could tell that somebody's gonna hurt one of their loved ones when they come visit? No, bitch.
Kill people, including family members.
Are there any warning signs that an inmate could become violent towards a visitor, or are there cases like this where it could be, unpredictable?
Well, if you look at the history of this prisoner killing people in cold blood in
he shouldn't have no visitors. But I don't give a fuck. You can have somebody kill 1 million people. He's not going to kill his mom. So, she don't know what that was a dumbass question.
1994, right? So you have the history that led someone to a life sentence in prison. So right out of the gate, that is a telltale sign. Then you look at their prison record. What have they been doing? Are they programming? Are they going to education? Are they going to counseling? Are they building some record that shows that they're a candidate for this? Or is it, we're going to let anyone who has access or who has been in prison long enough qualify for this program?
Shit.
We're of the opinion that you should earn your way home. You should earn your way, if they allow conjugal visits, to having a conjugal visit. You should earn your way to a furlough or more visitation. Rather than calendar pages turning and everyone benefits the same way, you should build a record that shows this is why I'm a candidate. And if you've built that record, you're less likely to have these issues rather than saying we're going to allow it to everyone. It doesn't incentivize people to become better and qualify if everyone's going to get the same treatment, whether you watch the Kardashians or Sons of Anarchy all day in prison or you program.
What typically happens when an inmate calls for help in a situation like this? Is there usually an immediate assumption of foul play or what?
Based on the record, there's usually an immediate assumption of foul play. Of course, they're going to send that prisoner to isolation, or they're going to lock that prisoner up during the investigation. And oftentimes there'll be a security lockdown, which can be very uncomfortable for prisoners who are in their prison routine, where it's now stopped and derailed, because many of them can go to segregation as well, especially if you knew that prisoner. So when I was in prison, if someone is...
It is crazy to me how this man was not on death row. That's crazy to me. Like, nigga, how you kill 4 people and you not on death row, squad? Even him killing her, it's gonna be a crime of passion, so they still not gonna put him on death row. It was his wife, it was somebody he loved. That's like, even though it's a first degree murder, that's one of the least punishments you would get, which is crazy for killing your loved one, my nigga. You can say you was mad at him. They didn't give you no money, fucking anything, bro. You will probably parole in like 7 years, 10 years for killing your sister, your brother, your mom, your girlfriend over a heated moment. Swear to God.
escaped, what they do is they immediately question everyone that prisoner associated with. In many instances, they may go to the holes for 1, 2, or 3 weeks where the investigation plays out. So everyone's routine is really disrupted, much higher security and fewer benefits for prisoners, which is a shame because many prisoners have earned these benefits through good conduct and good programming.
And if we can dive a little bit more into what the investigation potentially will look like, what would a proper investigation into a prison homicide, be? Could you break it down for us? And do you think this case will be handled?
Nope, it's that time, squad. We finna 5M this shit up. Look, and I'm actually 1 minute late. I'm finna turn this off, gear up, get everybody ready. We finna come back on when the stream come on. We will be on GTA, bro. We'll be on GTA, so I'm gonna see y'all niggas in a minute.
The comment said, I love when girls drop on laundry day to get high and be productive like it's good. Somebody got baddies in the comment. You see that? Nay Ray Ellis? Comment, baby.